Next, we've got Martin, who has slightly lost his voice, but thank God for microphones. So we're all good. And Martin's going to talk on the future of NFT tradings, which is not in platforms, but in aggregators. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Don't arrive in New York 3 days before a talk and then party every night. It's a bad idea. But yeah, I'm Scottish and I'm also losing my voice, so I'm going to try my very best to make sure that you can all understand what it is that I'm trying to tell you. I'm a software developer at Consensus and working on many NFT projects from the building point of view, but out of those hours, I'm also a big fan of buying and trading NFTs. And one of the things that I've loved the most in this space, where was this clicker thing? This guy? Oh, cool. Yeah, one of the things I've loved the most has been the fact that a lot of these, like the blockchain data is all completely public, completely open, and all of the marketplaces that have come into the space have all got their own APIs, which have meant that anyone can utilize that data and essentially bring better UX flows for anything that you would normally use for trading. So over the next 10 minutes, I'm looking to sort of, from a trading point of view, discuss some of my favorite tools for trading, what each one of them does, how they're slightly better than what you get in the current marketplaces, and how they can benefit you as a trader. So I'm probably going to touch on these very briefly. I urge you to go and look at them further and work out, whether you think they're good for how you guys trade. But the idea behind it is I basically look at everything that I would normally want to know. So if I've got multiple wallets, like I need to keep track of all those, keep an eye on all my portfolio items, aggregating lots of different marketplaces to find out which one is selling the cheapest, and then the general UX flows that you would do on these marketplaces. So you would be buying, you'd be listing, you'd be selling, and how to just get general insights into what's happening in the market in real time. And so starting with insights, the first one that I've got here is one called mobi.gg, and there's other similar platforms that do this, but this is the one that I use regularly. And what this does is this essentially gives you real-time analysis of everything that's happening on the blockchain in the NFT space. So you can see every contract that's been minted, every sale that's gone through, and it aggregates a lot of that data for you, and it does it by minute, by day, by collection. You can really get some great insights. So if I'm like keeping an eye on stuff on mainnet and you see gas spike, or you're just wondering what's going on, you can basically use this to see exactly what's happening. So as an example here, I took a screenshot at this point. I have no idea what Pablo Apes or Feet and Eyes guys are, but that's what we had at the time. But you can see that these two contracts in the last 10, 15 minutes have had, sales have increased, or mints have gone up, or the price is going down. And this is the kind of basic insights, but you can see at the top there that you've got tabs for what's minting, what's selling, and you can even follow like whale wallets and see what those guys are doing, if they're dumping all their tokens or things like that. So it's a really useful platform to be able to kind of get those insights. Like if you've got a second monitor, like I would usually have this up on my second screen. The next one we've got is NFT Nerds, and the reason I love this one is they can basically show you listings and sales from every platform. So your LooksRare, your X2Y2, and OpenSea, and they actually show you these listings quicker than they would show up on the platform themselves. So obviously OpenSea is able to pull their data, and they're sensible about how often they refresh. Whereas tools like this, they've got a single flow that they're trying to utilize and make it like the most efficient flow that you can. So you can actually buy stuff off of here before people who are looking at it on OpenSea have even seen it come up for sale. So I find that amazing. I would normally do a demo and show you this, but I don't have that opportunity just now. But here you can see as an example, we've got, there's a collection called Dower Darcells, and you can see there you got listings and trades. So on the left-hand side, you can see everything that was listed, and on the right-hand side, you can see everything that was traded. And this is just like an auto-refreshing list that you can filter by traits or whatever it is you're trying to buy. And you can see the little icon next to the buy button there has got your OpenSea icon or your X2Y2, and you can just filter all this down. And it's really useful to be able to, pick things up as quick as possible, especially once a collection's dropped for the first time. And it even includes rarity and stuff like that, so extremely useful tool. This is probably one of the ones that I use the most. And then you can get also price analysis charts and stuff like that as well, which is pretty unbelievable, and really good from being able to see when the market's beginning to dump, or something's happened, or you can get some good insights. The third one I've got is gem.xyz. This is an aggregator, and there's other ones like Genie, and what it does is it allows you to list across multiple marketplaces. So if you wanted to sell like 20 NFTs, but you wanted to do it on 3 different marketplaces, that would take a while. But with tools like Gem, you can do that. You can set different prices very quickly. And you can also sweep or buy multiple NFTs at once. So if you want to say, okay, I've got 1 ETH and I want to throw it into this project, give me 10 or something, you can literally just, there's like a bulk buy function that you can utilize on the marketplace APIs, which actually mean that buying 10 in a single transaction is actually cheaper. You save gas. And you can see an example here. I mean, this one's a very bad, pricey example. Like if you had the money to basically spend 153 ETH on 4 doodles, you could actually make a fantastic saving of $12, which, it counts, right? So that's one example there. And then on the listing side, on the listing side, if I had one NFT here that I was trying to list across 3 marketplaces, I would just fill in this screen once, and I could have, you can see one quacky duck here, but that could be 10, 15, 20, and I could just say same price for all, something like that, and I can just basically straight away approve that across 3 marketplaces, and before you know it, it's all done for you. You don't have to worry about it. So one to keep an eye on. As I say, there's another really good example of this, which is Genie.xyz, which today I'm really happy to see got bought by Uniswap, which is amazing. I love Uniswap, so to see them getting bought by Uniswap is, it's going to be amazing. So although we've got Gem here, I'm now favourable towards Genie. And the last one is WGMI, which is a portfolio tracker. So if you have 10 wallets, thousands of NFTs, and you want to just know what is happening in each of my wallets all together, if I was to sell all of these at floor price, or I want to see which ones have the most liquidity, like 1 day volume, for example, I would be able to basically quickly sort this, pull this all together and aggregate it in a way that I could actually see what is my portfolio worth in one single screen. And I'm quite messy. Like, I have wallets everywhere, so this is useful for me to try and find out where I've actually stored stuff. And so, as you can see from this screen, there's like a cool cat there, which you can see. It even gives you floor prices by trait, or floor prices of the whole project, and 1 day volume, and you can see what your profit and loss is, like how much did the NFTs cost you. And so yeah, I've owned a subscription to this forever, and I've never found anything better. So yeah, absolutely love this one. That is the end. So just quickly, there you go on one screen. Some of the things that we talked about, and if anyone's got any other questions, feel free to grab me after. But yeah, that's me.